this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Hey, this is U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tara Davis-Woodhull.
And I'm U.S. Paralympic gold medalist Hunter Woodhull.
As athletes, our lives are about having a clear path.
And a team that you can absolutely trust.
So when it came to getting the best mortgage,
we chose PennyMac.
PennyMac is proud to be the official mortgage provider of Team USA and you.
Learn more at pennymac.com. PennyMac Loan Services, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 35953. Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Conditions and restrictions may apply.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year. You can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Time for a sofa upgrade? Introducing Anabay Sofas, where designer style meets budget-friendly prices. Anabay brings you the ultimate in furniture innovation with a modular design that allows you to rearrange your space effortlessly. Perfect for both small and large spaces, Anabay is the only machine-washable sofa inside and out. Say goodbye to stains and messes with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics that make cleaning easy. Liquids simply slide right off. Designed for custom comfort, our high-resilience foam lets you choose between a sink-in feel or a supportive memory foam blend. Plus, our pet-friendly, stain-resistant fabrics ensure your sofa stays beautiful for years. Don't compromise quality for price. Visit washablesofas.com to upgrade your living space today. Sofas start at just $699 with no risk returns and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Get up to 60% off, plus free shipping and free returns. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Oh, I have started recording. I am actively in progress with my recording. Welcome back to Behind the Bastards, a podcast in which we talk about bad people. And often the bad person we talk about happens to be Elon. What's a good fun middle name for Elon? Balthazar? No, we do that for Jordan Peterson. Elon, we're talking about Elon Musk again. We're continuing with lawsuits. Elon, Jordan, Balthazar, Shapiro, Peterson, Musk.
Elon Crowder Musk.
Elon Crowder, boy. That's a horrible AI mashup of a human being.
It's not something I want to think about. Yeah. I want to wipe that out of my brain.
No. I want that to be secondhand news. Wait,
no context for that.
I guess we're not. Are we still? We're not doing. Have you guys listened to the I guess it's a DJ group, Fleet Mac Wood. I don't know what you call them. But they do like, fucking dance.
Wait, this isn't a joke. This is really
like 4/4. No, yeah, Fleet Mac Wood. They do like they're like a touring act. They do like shows and shit where it'll be like an hour or 2 hours, and they're all like beats that are made up of like cut up and mixed up Fleetwood Mac songs. Like it fucking slaps. Like find yourself some Fleet Mac Wood and listen to it.
Wait, I am not exaggerating, joking, hyperbole. I will be listening to that as soon as we're done.
Oh, you're gonna like it a lot. It's some of the best stuff. I do it for writing a lot. It's good to work out too.
Oh yeah.
Good to do yard work too. Yeah, good to make love and fun with all that good stuff. All that good
stuff.
In case you're out macking. Yeah. So anyway, looking out my front door at this Elon Musk shit.
Are we switching to CCR?
Yeah, you know what? This episode, it's all Credence, baby. Not a Credence fan, Cody? That's fine. How do you feel about the Eagles?
Same.
How do you feel about what?
The Eagles.
I think CCR is fine. I mean, I've never heard of a more fortunate son than Elon Musk.
Oh, there we go. We're in business now, baby.
Wrong.
Hell yeah.
Solid.
There we go. Perfect. So, when we left off, our hero had decided to prevent Twitter from paying its janitors for work that they had already provided after or before being fired. Again, potentially a crime. In essence, it quickly became clear to Killian, who's the person who replaced the last person whose job it was to pay for rent and stuff, that Musk's intended method of operation was to obtain services from vendors without any intention of keeping the agreements or paying for services requested and received. Killian's concern that Musk truly intended to apply this approach to Twitter's rent obligations was confirmed for the last time on December 9th, 2022, when Mendoza specifically informed Killian that Musk had decided Twitter would no longer be paying rent globally.
Globally?
Yeah, and again, Mendoza is one of these people from, I think, the Boring Company. It's one of those folks that it's one of the people that he brought in to manage stuff who isn't that guy's girlfriend. Very funny. Living in the office with their infant. Awesome.
With the baby in charge.
I'm just like, where are they putting him? Is the baby's crib like a desk drawer and they're sleeping on the pull-out?
It has to have been, right?
Awful.
I spent a lot of time in and around like the California medical marijuana industry, which is a pretty sketchy business, but like the working standards at Twitter sound a lot worse.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Yeah.
The other places, at least you get free weed.
Yeah, there was free weed for people. Usually when somebody got murdered, you didn't know them very well. You know, a lot of benefits of that over Twitter. Killian was like, it tried to convince Musk via his lieutenant Mendoza that like they were putting the company in tremendous jeopardy and that they wouldn't be able to renegotiate any of their leases if they defaulted on rent, which makes sense. Mendoza in response tells him that Musk had decided Twitter would only pay rent over his dead body.
Pay the rent.
Oh, this next part's perfect. The rent. Cody, I got to read this to you guys. Mendoza conveyed that Musk had made that statement during a 4 a.m. conversation that day.
God.
I just have to say, have you ever heard somebody actually use that expression? It's very hack. Like, over my dead body?
No.
That's not a thing people actually say.
Not. Well, he's not a creative man.
No, only when people are being like silly, right? Like if somebody's like joking around,
having a laugh,
you might say that, but no. Yeah, having a laugh. It's like saying I'm putting my foot down, where it's like, what does that even mean? Like that's not how you, anyway, whatever. I've said like I'm putting my foot down over like somebody wants to eat at Wendy's on a road trip and I want Popeyes, you know, but like, anyway, whatever. Elon, silly, fundamentally unserious man. Musk's instructions to simply ignore Twitter's contractual obligations and force Killian to breach contracts and destroy relationships he had spent more than a decade building would have been more than enough to render it impossible for Killian or any reasonable employee to remain employed at Twitter. But that was not the only issue. Musk was also making clear that his reckless disregard included disregard for both the law and for the lives and safety of his colleagues and employees. Here we go. For example, Davis told Killian that Musk wanted to add a bathroom next to his office so Musk didn't have to wake his security team and cross half the floor to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. Killian explained that it would take time to get the necessary permits, but promised to begin that process right away. In response, Davis instructed Killian not to bother with obtaining permits because, to paraphrase, we don't do that. We don't have to follow those rules.
Okay.
Shocked, Killian reminded Davis that if they did not get a permit, no licensed plumber would perform the work for fear of jeopardizing their license. Davis responded by instructing Killian to hire an unlicensed plumber instead. Just go find an illegal plumber for Elon Musk's crime
look
bathroom.
Up how to do it on YouTube, man. Who fucking cares?
It's also What an unserious, silly coward of a man who, like, I can't go to the bathroom in my own company offices at night without waking up a security team. Like, I won't cross the floor to go take a shit without armed men at my back. Like, I'm sorry, Elon, you're not in that much danger at the fucking Twitter offices.
Oh, wait, it was because he didn't... Wait, I thought it was like...
Well, the excuse was that he doesn't want to wake up his security team anyway.
Well, so I guess I'm confused about which stupid thing he's doing. So, like, is it he doesn't want to wake them up because, like, oh, they're, like, sleeping on my floor because I'm a maniac and, like, I need them there?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Or is it like, well, I don't want to go down the hall because if I go down the hall, I have to wake them up so that they follow me because they're my security and I need my...
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying that he doesn't want to have to get them up to follow him across the floor to the bathroom.
You're not.
Just go to the bathroom, man. You're fine. Like, they're tweeps. They're not going to murder you. They don't have that
sound
in them.
Of peeing down the hall, those are technically assassination coordinates, right?
Right. Well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can OS in your way to fucking launching a drone at him. Very funny too that he's like, it's dangerous to have a bathroom put in a place without, going through the process to make sure it's safe to put a bathroom there. Like, there's a bunch of infrastructure a bathroom needs that you can't necessarily put everywhere. And the answer is hire an illegal plumber for the boss's bathroom.
Fundamental disconnection from reality, or even an understanding of basic construction or how things work.
Well, and just this idea that, like, I don't need to abide by the rules. Well, it's like, in this case, Elon, the rules are there because, like, not every space can hold
it's not like some, like, random, like, red tape. Oh, no, we got to do this.
The government
no, it's because it can't. Maybe like the floor underneath that bathroom isn't rated to, or maybe you'd have to, like, cut, one of those beams that you're not supposed to cut in order to, like, fit in the plumbing and stuff. More important to follow that kind of stuff in, like, an office building. But
yes,
look, Cody. I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who have done their own electrician work and projects, and 0% of them should have done that. But very few of those people would have brought in an unlicensed plumber to put a bathroom in some random part of a house, because it's just a different risk matrix. It's not smart when you're talking about, especially, like, it's one thing if it's like a fucking trailer, like that's a single level. Like when you're, like, I don't know, 10 floors up or whatever, just the risks compound.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like a house, like, obviously, like, it's your house. Like, if you got to do it, it might be a disaster. But, like, it's a multi-level building. What are you doing, man? You're gonna
other people's lives are affected by your.
Well, those don't matter. So
now. And I do want to note, folks, if you are looking at doing your own electrical work for a home project, go to Amazon.com and look up Cool Zone Media's Home Electrician's Guide. It's 6 pages long. It's everything you need to know about doing electrical work. You'll be as skilled as a licensed journeyman electrician if you read this book. It includes such bangers as you don't need to wear gloves and metal conducts electricity, so wear a tinfoil hat. All great stuff. Keeps you safe.
Thanks,
keeps you healthy. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the good advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sophie said I shouldn't start a side business teaching people how to do electricity, but
I just don't think it's a good use of your time.
Yeah, you are pretty busy.
Well,
but
I think it's a great use of my time because
it sounds
people need to be liberated.
Sounds like it all checks out. So good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'd rather you spend your time doing something that makes you happy.
Sophie, I love convincing people to electrocute themselves. That's easily like my passion, really.
Ooh.
I mean, safely.
Anyway, back to Elon.
To do things safely.
Safely, yes. Health and safety. So, now thoroughly bewildered, Killian attempted to explain that the use of unlicensed tradespeople was a condition of their lease, and that failure to abide by it would put them in breach of that lease. Davis responded that management did not care about any of this, that they weren't interested in ensuring the work was performed in accordance with the standards required by the lease, by the city of San Francisco, by the state of California, or any other authority. They just wanted it done. It got worse. Musk announced via the transition team that he was going to be installing hotel rooms at Twitter HQ. Killian was initially told that the hotel rooms, soon renamed to sleeping rooms to avoid triggering the suspicions of the city inspectors, were just being installed to give exhausted and overworked employees a place to nap. Though the changes had initially been simple, if unorthodox, removing a conference table and installing a bed, Davis instructed Killian to begin planning for and implementing the addition of features like ensuite bathrooms, in addition to other changes to the physical plant. Concerned about how city inspectors would react to Twitter's plans, Killian emailed the transition team to note that the changes they had made thus far were limited to just furniture and therefore were code compliant, but that Twitter's future planned changes would require permits and more complicated code compliance. In response, Hollander visited him in person, and that's the Steve's girlfriend, and emphatically instructed him to never put anything about the project in writing again. That sounds law-abiding as shit.
I'm sorry. This all sounds very expensive.
Yeah. Could you not write about any of the thing? Well, it's also like they're saying we want to install a bunch of illegal hotel rooms. Don't put in any. And he like writes back why this is not legal. And they're like, don't put stuff about this in writing. The law, no. And then Hollander appeared surprised and distressed that Killian did not inherently understand that this was not a project for which Musk and the transition team wanted a written record. And she was particularly angry that he had sent an email about it, which is, that people just don't understand.
Honestly, this whole situation sounds like a real bad moon rising. I had to throw one in here if we're still doing it. Are we still doing it?
That was good. I mean, I guess we are because you just did it,
or I'm not sorry.
Yeah, is that that's
no?
Not
It's not.
song,
But if there's a one that there's not that there just aren't that many that we all know.
No, I agree.
Didn't he want to save money?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Save money
by doing all this project,
so people don't have to leave.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, this whole thing was about saving money and firing people and all these hoops. Just the times, there's just a massive amount of wasted money getting thrown at these projects, at these ideas.
Yeah,
or in theory.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem like a huge waste of money, or at least, I heard that through the grapevine.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Katy.
Here we go.
There we go. How you doing there, Cody?
I'm
happy with this?
Chugging
Please
along.
The direction that this series took.
Or I guess I'm going to keep on chuggling.
Okay, there we go. That's definitely a Creedence song.
I'm on board now.
It's a lot easier to do this if you just make up Creedence songs. When the city inspectors came to inspect the hotel rooms, they expressed surprise and relief to Killian, saying, "This is just furniture. We expected more drastic changes." As instructed by the transition team, Killian did not tell the inspectors of the future plans to expand the changes to the sleeping rooms. But he realized with growing unease that his silence was effectively a lie of omission, and one that would be undeniable and obvious once the planned changes had been completed in the near future. Killian began to understand that his loyalty to Twitter and his desire to protect the company he loved from Musk and the transition team was going to be increasingly challenged by his employer's expectation that he would lie, defraud, and even break the law at Musk's direction. Killian was soon instructed to circumvent the landlord's lighting control system, which was most insensitive in compliance with California's Title 24 Energy Code, because the lights were bothering people living in the hotel rooms when their small movements at night would trigger the lights. So he submitted a request to this for the landlord, and the landlord said no, because this is a requirement because it's not a living area. Office. It's an office. Yeah. When the landlord denied Twitter's request, Killian was instructed to disconnect the lighting himself, which was not safe and which he was not qualified to do. So Musk did ask him to do electrical work without any sort of training or knowledge.
That cool zone life.
That's the good stuff. Yeah, living the cool zone life. Look, Killian, hit us up. I'll give you a half price copy of my guide to home electrical work. Teaches you how to put a double tap in your own breaker so you can run an arc welder in your basement, or your living room, or your bedroom. Why not weld in your bedroom? There's no reason not to.
In your shower.
Mattresses can't catch on fire. Yeah, a shower welder, Cody. If you've never welded it, oh God, shower welding. Shower beer and a shower welder. That's a good afternoon.
A waterbed in every office. braid wire,
and a welder next to every waterbed.
This is called that. This is the midnight special. Okay, go ahead, Cody.
They are asking him to do the midnight special.
They are asking him to do the midnight special. I find this obviously it's very funny. But so he's cutting all these corners and doing like you just like all the fraud and the lying and the bucking regulation for like legitimate safety like concerns and stuff like that. Yeah. He also owns like a car company and like builds rockets and stuff. And it feels like maybe this is an indication that kind of approach and culture might be a part of these other companies where things and like safety are even more of a concern.
And have been a problem.
You would have been a problem, and maybe they're hiding information that they're doing this at these other companies too.
Yeah, you would expect this to cause like a serious problem for his other companies, like this kind of attitude towards safety that's been really demonstrated at Twitter. You would expect this to have caused him a problem like someday, but someday never comes.
Never seems to.
It's another Creed song.
Oh, God.
See, now Cody's feeling blue.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
The jungle.
Let me. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Killian.
No.
So Killian objects to doing electrical work that he does not know how to do. And this Steve's girlfriend berates him for refusing to do the work himself. She was not satisfied until he brought her in and had her look into the drop ceiling and see what the electrical system looked like to understand that he could not safely do the work himself. And to be like, look at this. What do you expect me to do? I'm like a building manager. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Like that poor woman.
Like ostensibly, he's just a guy.
He's just a dude. He's like, I don't know how to do. Look, this is dangerous. If I start messing around here, we're all gonna be on the graveyard train. It's another Creed song.
Hey man, as long as I can see the light. That's another one.
What a good bit. I just am watching the light die in Cody's eyes every time we do this. Do another song.
It's fine.
Caught between a rock and a hard place. That's not a Creedence song. That's part of the lawsuit. Killian hired an electrician. It could be a Creedence song. Yeah. Caught between a rock and a hard place, Killian hired an electrician to disconnect these rooms independently, putting Twitter in a violation of both the building code and their lease. It got worse. They are writing this with a little bit of Yeah.
If they didn't do the
Killian
tweep
was
thing,
instructed to
all that stuff would be a lot more enjoyable, but it's fine. I haven't heard the word tweep in a while, so.
You're right. They have been avoiding that lately. Maybe they got a copy editor for the last quarter of this. Yeah. That's really where you want the extra polish.
You bother people at the beginning and then slowly like, oh, wait, I don't hate this anymore.
Yeah, that's how you draw in readers, by irritating them. That's every writer's trick. That's why the stand just opens with Stephen King talking about his taxes for 1968, really laying out his deductions. Then they get into that plague, once he's got you. Okay, this next part's pretty fucking egregious. Killian was instructed to install space heaters in the hotel rooms in further violation of Twitter's lease. Killian was also instructed to place locks on the hotel room doors, a request that thus betrayed the lie that they were intended to be temporary rest spaces for exhausted tweets. There we go. California code required locks that automatically disengage when the building's fire suppression systems are triggered. Killian was repeatedly told that compliant locks were too expensive and instructed to immediately install cheaper locks that were not compliant with life safety and egress codes. So the law was like, if you have a lock on a door in an office building, it has to auto disengage if the fire suppression system kicks in, right? Otherwise, you are trapping people in a room when there's a fire and they will die.
They're locked in.
That's a problem.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because that's.
This man, he has the tunnel boring company and the car company, and they're making these tunnels, and it's just like this theme of being stuck in a fire seems to permeate through all of his endeavors, and I just think it's alarming.
Yeah, it does seem like like the government, something should happen here. Otherwise all of these Twitter employees are going to go up like an effigy. It's another Credence.
Was that one?
Fucking figures.
It's all a real run through the jungle.
It's a real run through the jungle. That's right, Katy. So, Killian is like, here's the locks that will not burn our employees alive. And Musk's people are like, no, it's too expensive to have locks that don't endanger their lives. Go with the cheap ones that endanger their lives. Killian protested that no licensed tradespeople would perform work that violated the building code. Killian protested that installing these locks would put lives at risk, that in case of an earthquake or fire, which was made dramatically more likely by the non-compliant electrical work and the presence of the space heaters he'd been instructed to install, these locks would remain locked, blocking first responders from being able to access the rooms and the tweeps within. God damn it. Nobody cared is the next line.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
Yeah. We've
cared.
been having lots of laughs with our bits this episode.
But now you're feeling blue. Got it.
Hey, good job.
You're back on the board, Cody. Back on the board.
I hate this man so fucking much.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he fucking
He's a
sucks.
fucking monster.
Gross.
How do you even sleep at night?
He really sucks.
Not worried. Like, I'm the kind of person
on a couch by a frayed wire. Like what? Like that's how.
Is that also a Credence song?
Yeah. Couch by a frayed wire?
Again, might as well
be. Good stuff.
Sorry, Katy.
But you know what?
You were talking about how much you hate this guy.
But I made.
You know what abides by all
Robert?
State and local fire codes? The sponsors of our podcast. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. I get it. February's full of flowers, candy, stuffed animals, and of course, expectations about Valentine's Day in particular, and about relationships and dating in general. And these conversations, these expectations can feel overwhelming and stressful. No matter where you are, whether you're married or dating or single or just focusing on you, you're right on time, and therapy can help you find your way and see more clearly where you want to be. So if you're looking for a little bit of help figuring out things in your own love life, if you're looking for some help balancing things, therapy can be a great option, and BetterHelp is one option for therapy you should consider. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. So sign up today and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/behind. That's betterhelp.com/behind.
Now I'd like to introduce you to Meaningful Beauty, the famed skincare brand created by iconic supermodel Cindy Crawford. It's her secret to absolutely gorgeous skin. Meaningful Beauty makes powerful and effective skincare simple, and it's loved by millions of women. It's formulated for all ages and all skin tones and types, and it's designed to work as a complete skincare system, leaving your skin feeling soft, smooth, and nourished. I recommend starting with Cindy's full regimen, which contains all 5 of her best-selling products, including the amazing youth-activating melon serum. This next generation serum has the power of melon leaf stem cell technology. It's melon leaf stem cells encapsulated for freshness and released onto the skin to support a visible reduction in the appearance of wrinkles. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews, why not give it a try? Subscribe today and you can get the amazing Meaningful Beauty system for just $49.95. That includes our introductory 5-piece system, free gifts, free shipping, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. All of that available at meaningfulbeauty.com.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. 100. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Okay, we're back.
Ooh, yeah.
So, between the demands that he effectively participate in theft and fraud and instructions to take actions in violations of California law that would put his colleagues' lives at risk, thank God they don't put tweeps there, he had to walk away from the job. So Killian quits, resigns December 10th, 2022. And that brings us to part F. Allegations relating to piercing the corporate veil. All right, they're getting a little bit showy with the language here, and I just want to acknowledge that, but it's fine.
Well, yeah, if you have your pros, it's fine.
It makes it easier for us podcasters, so I am grateful. There is such a unity of interest and ownership between Twitter and Musk that Twitter's separate corporate status no longer exists. That's fair. Musk, through X Holdings 1, now owns more than 50% of Twitter. He dominates Twitter's decision-making and operations. For instance, Musk changes Twitter's policy by conducting polls from his Twitter account.
Yep.
They're talking about how he brought back a bunch of Nazis, including Paul fucking Nealon, who threatens a mind with murders. That's good stuff. He just got back on, so we're happy with that. On information and belief, Musk has commingled his other assets with Twitter's, bringing engineers and executives from his other companies, such as Tesla and SpaceX and The Boring Company, to provide services for Twitter. On information and belief, those engineers and executives have not been separately hired, retained, or paid by Twitter for any services they have provided to Musk at Twitter. Moreover, Musk has repeatedly asserted that Twitter is on the edge of insolvency and may declare bankruptcy. On information and belief, any such bankruptcy would be the result of the debt Twitter incurred as part of financing Musk's purchase of Twitter in the first instance. On information and belief, Twitter is undercapitalized specifically as a result of Musk's purchase of the corporation. As such, applying to California law, plaintiffs are entitled to an order holding Musk personally liable for any amounts of... so that's what they're building towards here, is they think they want to personally hold Musk himself liable for the money that he didn't pay these people, which is fun. I doubt he'll ever have to pay any money to anyone.
Yeah,
he seems to just get away with not doing that, except for paying his lawyers, presumably.
I wasn't born on the bayou. I know how this story plays out.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, you were down.
Nice,
you were born
nice
up
work.
around the bend, down on the corner. Down on the corner, up around the bend.
Down on the corner, down on the corner, out on the street.
Up around the bend is a different song. I was doing it.
Up around the bend is another one. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
you're knocking him out. Well, you know more credence than I expected, Cody.
With
yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Plaintiffs are entitled to an award of damages in an amount to be calculated at trial, but reasonably believed to exceed $1 million. Plus pre and post judgment interest, costs, attorney's fees, and penalties as authorized by the state. Which is honestly as much of a big deal as they're making here.
I was
going to
say
lot
that's
of money
it.
For Elon
Did
Musk.
you say $1 million?
Yeah, $1 million. I mean, it's just kind of all they can really ask for is the severance they were owed and the, there's some amount of compensatory damages, but it's not going to be a huge amount. My guess, just based on how much, how florid a lot of this lawsuit is that they are primarily hoping to hurt him.
Yeah, it's a PR thing
by putting this stuff out here. Yeah,
and if he does, $1 million is I guess it's not nothing to him because he needs that money. He'll lose a lot of money.
Yeah, at this point, maybe he does need it.
Yeah, it's sort of a symbolic thing, and then to sort of ding him in the public eye, mostly.
Yeah.
So this next bit is they're talking about violations of the federal and the California WARN Act. Yeah, this means that Twitter is required to give plaintiffs 60 days advance written notice of their terminations. Obviously they're alleging that Twitter did not abide by the WARN Act. They're also required to provide plaintiffs with full benefits during their non-working leave, which is what they gave people who weren't willing to sign the thing saying they would like work themselves half to death and go into hardcore insano mode. So yeah, Twitter violated a bunch of California employment law, right? So that's this next section here. Plaintiff Arnold was employed at Twitter's San Francisco, California office. Plaintiff Pilarts worked remotely from her home and was assigned and reported to Twitter's San Francisco office. As such, for WARN Act purposes, her single site of employment is the San Francisco office, and she is entitled to the protections of the California WARN Act. Another plaintiff was employed by Twitter's San Francisco office until COVID, and thereafter worked remotely from his home and was assigned and reported to the San Francisco office. So you've got all these employees that should have been covered under the WARN Act. Twitter did not advise them that they had been placed on non-working leave during this period. Instead, they merely cut off access to Twitter's internal systems until they stopped paying him. So they don't tell people they've been laid off. They just stop giving them money and wait for them to figure it out themselves, which is what happened to that like company founder that Twitter had acquired prior to Musk taking over, who stopped getting money. That guy in like Iceland. Yeah, it was like a big problem for him because he can't actually fire that guy.
And they fought with him, but then was like, oh, and now he like every once in a while he like tweets at him like, we're friends, right?
Yeah. God, that's so fucked up to just be like, yeah, we're just going to stop paying these people, but we'll have them keep working for a while without knowing that they don't work here anymore. Cool guy. Yeah, just good stuff. Guy. Yeah. So it seems like a bunch of these are just like people who were required to be provided with notice before being let go and aren't provided with any kind of notice. So that's cool. Let's see. This next bit is violations of the California Labor Code. Apparently the state itself has not yet given notice that it will or will not investigate a bunch of the identified violations here. Sure would be cool if they did. Kind of seems like everybody's scared of Elon. And yeah, it would be neat to, I don't know, see very basic consequences applied to this guy.
Bare bones.
Twitter violated Section 227.3 of the California Labor Code by failing to provide eligible employees with their accrued vacation pay at termination. That's great. This goes in with them not like paying severance and stuff. Though Twitter purported to provide employees with unlimited time off, and some employees actually received unlimited time off, vacations required manager approval, and many employees were subjected to manager-imposed caps on theoretically unlimited vacation time. Boy, where have we heard all that before? Some managers instructed their employees they supervised to limit their vacations to 1 week per quarter. Other managers refused to approve more than 4 weeks per year. Other managers instructed employees. Now, this sounds like Twitter bastardy that is well outside of Elon Musk. Like, this is the standard, like, that's why companies do this kind of shit. Like, you have unlimited vacation days, but we have to approve them. So actually, you have very limited vacation days, but we don't have to pay you if we shit can you at any point in time.
Companies are cool.
Good stuff. Yeah, I love that. It's one of those, like, I remember when we got unlimited vacation days, and I was like, this is at our old employer, and being like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. But also, we don't take time off anyway. Like, everyone here is a work monster, and it kind of just seems like you're cutting out the fact that we have to be paid for vacation days if you ever lay us off. I guess we all got fucked. And we did. We did get fucked in that, which was cool.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Like
good stuff.
I like it.
Yeah. That's a real unfortunate us.
I was going to say it's a real ramble-tamble.
Oh, God, another one, huh? Okay. So this last bit is talking about California family rights interference. So basically, there's a bunch of rules as to like how you have to deal with like people who have kids that are on like your insurance and all this kind of stuff. People get like leave.
Yeah, Musk
stuff,
famously wants
a kid.
People to have babies and families.
But not the people that work for him.
Yeah,
really need to hit that home. Before getting into this section.
Yeah. Like he's spent so much time talking about how like the biggest threat to the world is that people aren't having enough kids, that like birth rates are down. It's like, I mean, it's a pretty common, like, in August of 2022, so right before all this happens, he warns, quote, population collapse due to low birth rates is a bigger risk to civilization than global warming. which is definitely not true. And definitely silly, but also like, I don't know, Elon, if you believe that, should you not be encouraging people to be able to afford to have kids and like take the time out to raise them?
Right. Maybe do something other than just have a bunch of kids yourself.
Right.
Well, and I also think what Elon cares about is people having kids. He doesn't care about them raising them because he doesn't raise his own children. Yeah.
He also cares about certain people.
I guess that's consistent, you know?
Yes, certain people having the right people having kids.
Those are not allegations made by the tweeps, Cody. So we'll have
save
to
those for another time.
For the end. Yeah. Don't shovel words into the tweeps.
Sorry.
Tweep holes. Cody. Sorry.
God.
But you know whose hole isn't full of tweeps?
Everybody's hole's full of tweeps.
Susie Q.
Susie Q, sure. Yeah. Susie Q's hole is clear of tweeps. And so are the holes, all of the holes of our sponsors. There are many, many holes.
I want a donut.
Hi, I'm Cindy Crawford, and I'm the founder of Meaningful Beauty. Well, I don't know about you, but I never liked being told, oh, wow, you look so good for your age. Why even bother saying that? Why don't you just say you look great at any age, every age? That's what Meaningful Beauty is all about. We create products that make you feel confident in your skin at the age you are now.
Meaningful Beauty. Beautiful skin at every age. Learn more at meaningfulbeauty.com.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Time for a sofa upgrade? Introducing Anabay Sofas, where designer style meets budget-friendly prices. Anabay brings you the ultimate in furniture innovation with a modular design that allows you to rearrange your space effortlessly. Perfect for both small and large spaces, Anabay is the only machine-washable sofa inside and out. Say goodbye to stains and messes with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics that make cleaning easy. Liquid simply slide right off. Designed for custom comfort, our high-resilience foam lets you choose between a sink-in feel or a supportive memory foam blend. Plus, our pet-friendly, stain-resistant fabrics ensure your sofa stays beautiful for years. Don't compromise quality for price. Visit washablesofas.com to upgrade your living space today. Sofas start at just $699 with no risk returns and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Get up to 60% off, plus free shipping and free returns. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
We're back. We're thinking about donuts, the most erotic of the breakfast foods, next to cereal.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Next to cereal, yeah.
I was going to say maybe a crepe, but no, a whole donut hole. I mean, a donut, just a donut, depending on what you
donuts.
Like. Anyway.
Phil's donut.
It's that's what's so hot about Cheerios. It's like a bunch of holes.
Like an orgy.
So, California.
We could...
In a bowl California
of cream.
law bars
Twitter. We could do this bit for a really long time.
We could. That'll really extend the runtime. Yeah, I get messages every week from people telling me about one pump, one cream related moments in their lives.
I guarantee that coffee creamer is still in the office.
I don't know what to do about it.
Without a 100%. Doubt.
God willing. Next, I do miss the office and the poison room. We had some good times there. newer listeners don't even know what the poison room was. They think we're joking about the fact that we used to work at an office that had a room full of deadly poison in it.
They do.
Yeah.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Had a dog on the ceiling, too.
We did. Mm-hmm. It sure did have a dog on the ceiling. Those were the days of our lives, like sand through the hourglass. That was a reference to a soap opera that my mom watched when I was a small child. Boy, we're really hitting it out of the park this week. Look, after 50,000 or so words on Vince McMahon, I'm low on fuel. Yeah.
Ramble Jim.
Yeah, the old Ramblin' Man. Ramblin' Man. That's one of theirs, right? So. Probably not. Someone else's song. Anyway, California law bars Twitter from discriminating on the basis of race, sex, gender, family status, disability, age, and other grounds. Pilartz is a woman. That's one of the plaintiffs over the age of 40. Arnold is bisexual and over the age of 40. The actions of Twitter took to lay off or fire its employees were discriminatory. As discussed above, Twitter manufactured pretextual reasons to terminate employees in large numbers. On information and belief, Twitter's actual decision-making as to whom to include in the mass terminations targeted women, older employees, minorities, and employees who had taken or scheduled family leave. Twitter retained employees who were not members of protected groups who had lower performance or seniority or with less qualifications than Pilartz. Twitter retained employees who were not members of protected groups who had lower performance or seniority or with less qualifications than Arnold. Twitter's conduct in the mass terminations was oppressive, fraudulent, and malicious. On information and belief, Twitter's offices, directors, or managing agents, including defendant Musk, authorized and ratified this conduct and engaged in such oppressive, fraudulent, or malicious conduct themselves. The decision of which employees to include in the mass layoff was made from Twitter's California headquarters. Pilartz's sex, female, was a substantial factor in motivating Twitter's decision to terminate Pilartz. Pilartz's age, over 40, was a substantial factor motivating Twitter's decision to terminate Pilartz. Arnold's sexual orientation, bisexual, was it? So yeah, I mean, these are all, they're saying, substantial factors in why they were terminated. I don't have trouble believing that, given kind of the quality of people that I think Musk was bringing in here. I will say, I do kind of wonder if they might be crediting there being more planning in the layoffs. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was the case. Yeah. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if Musk didn't even put enough thought into this to be bigoted with it too. Right. I don't know. Yeah. Hard to say. So that's the lawsuit. That's what these guys have put together. Guys and ladies and other folks have put together. And tweeps. Yeah, I don't know.
You're referring to tweeps? Yeah.
Tweeps. This is what the tweeps have said. I hope they win. I don't hold out a lot of faith that Musk will be made to pay any money. No. But I at least hope it causes some problems for them.
Eventually Twitter will be lying in a tombstone shadow.
Nice. Cody, that was beautiful.
Really good. That was a really way to bring this home.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was
Cody,
gorgeous.
In fact, I'm going to say that I'm proud Mary of you.
Wow. And I'm going to say that you're a gold dust woman.
Yeah, full circle.
I just really think like we didn't get enough out of that one. Good times. Good times. Well, everyone, that's kind of a shorter week for us here at Behind the Bastards. But what are you going to do, huh? What are you going to do about it? Going to fight me? You don't know where I am.
You going to listen to this again? You going to listen to it maybe on a slower speed?
Yeah. Half the speed in here, you know?
Why don't you guys just be happy that you have a bunch of songs stuck in your head now and go listen to some Macwood Fleet. Yeah. What was it again?
Fleet Mac Wood.
Fleet Mac Wood. Like I am.
Yeah. Yeah, listen to some Fleet Mac Wood. Listen to what's coming up next, which is Cody reading the entirety of the Book of Mormon with no commentary. Thank you for agreeing to do that, Cody. Really appreciate it. And anyway, that's gonna do it for us at Behind the Bastards. Katie and Cody, you got any plugs before Cody gets into reading his favorite religious text?
Absolutely. We got a YouTube channel called Some More News, and it's also a podcast called Some More News.
That's so
along
true.
With our other podcast called Even More News. They're in the same feed. Regardless, just Google us and you'll find the things.
We'll be there on the internet places.
Excellent.
And I gotta say, we do talk about Elon Musk a lot. So if you like this,
although we have limited it because we're like so tired of him.
I just meant in general, if you want a lot of what we do.
We got some stuff we go into.
We're not pro
his history, his practices, and
Yeah.
His mind's...
Oh, good. Yeah, I found a copy of the Book of Mormon online for you, Cody.
It's I've got several too, here,
so that,
so
that should help you.
I prefer.
Oh, good. Okay, you keep a look of ones.
Oh, you really did find it. And you sent
it. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. I think it's interesting because it opens with Nephi having been born of goodly parents. Therefore, I was taught somewhat in all the learning of my father, much like Elon learned from his father how to treat people poorly, like a dick. So I don't know. Is Elon the prophesied one from the Book of Mormon? Probably not. I don't think there is a prophesied one, but I don't know much about the Book of Mormon.
Is he a pagan baby?
That's what I was going to say!
Oh, nice. Cody. That was a good one. That's a hard Creedence song to work into this episode.
Been waiting.
Proud of you.
Oh, pagan baby.
Oh,
yes.
Incredible work. Well, this has been a special week for fans of Creedence and of Fleetwood Mac, and also for fans of Fleet Mac Wood. So you are all welcome. Everyone else can go to hell and die. And if you want ad-free versions of our podcasts, Cooler Zone Media, Apple, you can find it. Just type those two into Google. You'll get what you're looking for.
That's also linked on our social media and probably in this episode description because I'm good at my job.
Okay, well that sounds like it's probably the case too.
Nice.
Yeah, and until next time, remember, and it came to pass that he saw one descending out of the midst of heaven, and he beheld that his luster was above that of the sun at noonday.
Spoilers.
That.
Behind the Bastards is a production of Cool Zone Media. For more from Cool Zone Media, visit our website, coolzonemedia.com, or check us out on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tara Davis Woodhull.
And I'm U.S. Paralympic gold medalist Hunter Woodhull.
As athletes, our lives are about having a clear path.
And a team that you can absolutely trust.
So when it came to getting the best mortgage,
we chose PennyMac.
PennyMac is proud to be the official mortgage provider of Team USA and you.
Learn more at pennymac.com. PennyMac Loan Services, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 35953. Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Conditions and restrictions may apply.
Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? Wash away your worries with Anabay. Anabay is the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, starting at just $699. Plus, Anabay sofas are pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and feature changeable slip covers and modular pieces. Get up to 60% off site-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Visit washablesofas.com to get yours now. That's washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
This is Bethany Frankel from Just Be with Bethany Frankel. Most dog food is marketing, not nutrition. That is why Biggie and Smalls eat just food for dogs, real 100% human-grade food with ingredients I actually recognize. And yes, I do see the difference. Better digestion, healthier skin, more energy, dogs that feel better, my babies. If you've been on the fence about switching, stop overthinking it. What's more important than your furry babies and their health? Go to justfoodfordogs.com right now and get 50% off your first box. No code needed. Just try it.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.